In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible budget team right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. So if you guys want to know a super cheap squad and just a really good starter team or just a team to work towards, in my opinion, this is going to be the best budget team in the game, with every card being around 35 K or lower. Most cards will only cost maybe 20K, 15K, 25, but there might be one card or two cards that are in like that 30 to 35K price range. But at the starting point guard position, easily the best budget point guard and maybe the best budget card in the game is going to be the out of position Nikola Jokic. Having a 6'11" point guard with a 7'3" wingspan and can do everything on the court for only about 20K is extremely good value for Nikola Jokic. And yeah, he can just do everything on the court for a point guard. 92 block, 90 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He's going to be a great defender. He's pretty quick and athletic. He's very strong for a point guard. And then he's got a great jump shot, the Eric Paschall base, Oscar upper on very quick timing. He's got amazing dribble sigs with the Curry size up, the John Ball escape, Dame behind the back. I mean, this card all around for a budget price tag is absolutely amazing at point guard, and I think easily should be a point guard everybody has on their budget teams. Now at the starting shooting guard position, we do want a little bit more offense. We want a little bit more scoring. So I feel like the Radiant T-Mac is such a good pairing alongside Jokic because you're going to get enough defense and size, right? T-Mac still 6'8" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. And I believe T-Mac only costs you about 10 to 15K, somewhere in that price range. And he's going to be such a good offensive, such an offensive shooting guard. Such a good offensive shooting guard with the KPJ base, Oscar upper on quick timing is still one of the easier jump shots to green in my opinion. And then he's also got very decent dribble sigs with the T-Max size up, the Curry escape, Dame behind the back. He's got the front clutches, so pretty good all around defensive card, but mainly just going to be there to score the ball at a very high level. So I think that backcourt for a super cheap price tag of maybe 30 to 35K between these two cards is going to be amazing. You got really good size, 6'11" and 6'8". And then you also do have great offense, but I feel like we need a little bit more defense. We need that like one lockdown card, and I feel like Kevin Garnett is that perfect card. He's only about 15K, maybe even a little bit cheaper. Like a lot of these budget cards are just super cheap now on the auction house. He's 6'11" at small forward, 7'2" wingspan. We know he's going to be one of the best lock budget cards in the game. 98 block, 95 steal, 95 perimeter, 98 interior defense, almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game. Right, tendencies could be a lot better for KG, but he actually does bring some offense as well. He's got a pretty decent jump shot. The LaMelo Ball base, KG upper on very quick timing is actually very solid for a jump shot. And then he's got pretty decent dribble sigs with the De'Aaron Fox size up, the Chris Paul escape, so he can move a little bit. And his jump shot's honestly pretty good and very fast, for a small forward that's really there for defense. So I feel like this 1-2-3 combo for only about 50K is really good. That can compete against most backcourts. You got the defense, you got the size, and you got T-Mac to really carry your offense. Now at the starting power forward position, I do feel like Varejao Man is one of the best budget cards in the game, and to have this card at power forward for only about 5 to 10K is such good value. He's 6'10" at power forward, 7'3" wingspan. His defense is top tier, man. Like 97 block, 95 steal, 94 perimeter, 97 interior defense. Every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game, perfect defensive tendencies. Like this card is a beast on defense, but then also they gave this card extremely good offense. He's got one of my favorite power forward jump shots in the game with the Montrezl Harrell base, Oscar upper on very quick timing. If you guys haven't used this card, you need to at least try him out. Like if there's one budget card I could recommend you guys at least try out that just recently came out, is going to be Anderson Varejao. If you guys can just spend the 5 to 10,000 MT and you're looking for a budget power forward, just give Varejao a try. He is so good for his price, and you can't go wrong only spending 5 to 10K MT. If you don't like him, you can always just sell him back, and you're only going to lose a couple thousand. And I think most people will like this card a ton if you're looking for a top tier budget power forward. And then to round out the best budget starting lineup in the game, Mark Eaton right now, at least on Xbox when I'm recording this video, he's about 32 to 35K. And once again, there's not too many great budget centers in the game. I've mentioned this a ton in different videos. If you guys look on the auction house and you just look in general, there's not really too many great budget centers. So I feel like Mark Eaton kind of has to be on this squad because he's going to be a giant center, 7'4" at the center position, 7'7" wingspan, and has that size and player model, and is a really good defender to compete against the Manute Bulls, the Yao Ming, the Rick Smiths, the Taco Falls, the Victor Wembanyama's. You're going to need a card like you're going to need a card like Mark Eden to be able to guard those other giant centers. So in my opinion, guys, this is going to be the best budget starting lineup in the game. Now, coming off the bench, there's a lot of different point guard routes you could go. If you want to go for a free point guard, I think Doug Christie is amazing. I think he's a top 10 budget point guard, or top 10 point guard in the game, like just in general. So for being completely free, it only takes you about 45 minutes to get this card from the all-time spotlight challenges. If there was one free card I put in the lineup, I feel like, and that's easy to get, I feel like Doug Christie's probably, you know, the best free card in the game that's super easy to obtain. But also I will mention like a Ben Thompson, he's only about 10k and he's a really good budget point guard. And then also Ben Simmons, if you're looking for a little bit more defense and size and you just want a card to be able to defend at a high level and be 6'11" at point guard, those are also going to be cards that I'm gonna have in the squad at the end of the bench in case you want to replace a Doug Christie. I don't think many people are going to want to replace Nikola Jokic. I think everybody could agree he's a top tier budget card in the game, but just in case you don't want to use Doug Christie or you can't get him or just whatever reason, right, even though once again it only takes 45 minutes to get this card, maybe even a little bit less. But then for the backup shooting guard spot, I do have the Dark Matter Tim Thomas, a very similar card to Radiant T-Mac, both just going to be there to score the ball at an extremely high level, right? Tim Thomas, 6'10" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. His jump shot is still one of the fastest and best jump shots off the dribble with the LaMelo Ball base, Trae Young upper on very quick timing. He moves super quick in game with the Steve Francis size up and the Trae escape, especially for a card that's 6'10". Like, he should not be moving as fast as he does, and that's why I feel like he's still one of the better budget offensive cards, especially at that shooting guard position. And then for the backup small forward spot, I do want a little bit more size and a little bit more defense, and I feel like Big Z is the perfect backup small forward for this type of team. And even if you want a little bit more size in the starting lineup, in case you want to have like maybe KG coming off the bench and you want to start Big Z, he just gives you so much flexibility with building this type of squad. And I think in case you're worried about the height, you know, of the starting lineup or the bench, I feel like Big Z, if you guys don't know, he's 7'3" at small forward and could also play shooting guard, so he's going to be really, really tall, you know, for that small forward position. And then for backup power forward, I think it's really between Dark Matter D-Rob and Marc Gasol. I think D-Rob maybe is a little bit better just because of his size and his defense, but both these cards going to be extremely cheap. Marc Gasol about 5k, Dark Matter D-Rob about 10 to 12, maybe 15k at most, and he's going to be a 7'1" power forward, 7'5" wingspan, right? Can shoot the three ball decently well and still does have, you know, some pretty good defensive stats and badges. And then to round out the best budget team in the game, Ralph Sampson, at least on Xbox right now, is about 40k. So if you wanted to put Ralph Sampson in the lineup, I could definitely see that, and that should be a card you guys want to work towards. Another giant center who's going to be an elite level defender. That's a card for this type of budget team. If you're trying to build this squad, I would work towards saving up MT to get Ralph Sampson. But if we're talking about actual budget cards, you know, in that 30k price range, I think we have to go Porzingis because he's more like 20,000 MT and definitely going to be a budget card. But yeah, guys, in my opinion, this is going to be the best budget team in the game. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any upgrades or suggestions you guys would make to this squad, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.